So we are on our way home. We just picked up all our kitchen cabinets.
Yes,
Yay!
we did.
The kitchen is the most important room in the house, and generally it's the most expensive. And when you're on a tight budget like us, that means coming up with creative solutions. And our solution? Be flexible and buy used. Hi, I'm Kathy, and that's my husband Rich and I 2 years ago after we picked up our new to us solid cherry Quaker-made kitchen cabinets. And today we're going to share with you how we customized them to perfectly fit in our kitchen. The first step to buying used was to be prepared. I needed to know the length of the walls and the island where we wanted to have both upper and lower cabinets. That number would be my minimum. When I shopped, I purposely looked for a used kitchen set that had way more cabinets than we would need. So with that information in mind, I began checking Facebook multiple times a day. I really wasn't sure what make of cabinets I was looking for, but I was expecting to have to paint them. In fact, I had a great plan for all wood counters with beautiful chalk-painted green cabinets. We made several offers, but we were always a little too late until we found these solid cherry cabinets. And this is where flexibility comes in. These cabinets were so beautiful and in such good shape, there was no way we were going to ruin them with paint. For $750, we were able to buy this entire Quaker-made cabinet set, circa 1979, which included 8 base cabinets of varying sizes, a full upright pantry, and 7 upper cabinets, including one that had original leaded stained glass doors. So this past summer, after almost 2 years of storage, we were finally ready to start the kitchen. Once we moved them into the house, I was able to spread them out and really begin planning how to fit them into our kitchen. We already had all the standard sized appliances, so I was able to move the cabinets around and draw a tentative layout on graph paper to make a plan and get started.
Measure twice, cut once, Kathy.
I measured 3 times. I just don't know what else to do.
What's the worst that could happen? We get an extra hole, we gotta make it, move it. We're gonna put another piece of plywood down on the bottom of this anyway.
Yeah. All right.
I did make it bigger.
It's perfect.
Up. Find it. Insert.
Let's go.
Tight crooked.
Up, 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 up.
Yeah. I think this is like a video. How many holes does it take to get to the sink
once
drain?
we get it right, we'll trace a piece of plywood.
So this door would just come off here and go on the other cabinet with the working drawer to be next to the stove. And then that one, so no matter what we do over next to the dishwasher, that cabinet's going to open backwards. It's just going to be a weird thing. Got it?
You got the door?
Yeah.
You grab it, screw. And last one.
Okay.
Alright, so this is going to go by the...
Yeah, that has a little damage too, so this is perfect over in that corner.
Comes out like this.
cut this off.
Mm-hmm.
Use these cabinet screws.
We began installing the upper cabinets on the two opposite end walls because we wanted to work our way toward the middle where the stove hood would go. This way we could custom build the stove hood to fit whatever space was left over the stove when we were done. We wanted to make the upper cabinets match the lower cabinets, so this is where the really serious customization begins. This was a double pass-through cabinet, but we don't need that. But we do need a 24-inch wide cabinet, which this is. So Rich is going to be cutting this cabinet, the back part, off so that we can hang it on the wall here. So basically what we have to do is customize some of the cabinets to make it fit and work. The other cabinet that we have to cut to make fit is this one. This is a 30-inch cabinet. It has beautiful glass doors, and we want one on each side of the stove. So we're going to cut this down the middle. We're going to give the extra inch to the left side of the stove, and the reason is because we have another little cabinet we're putting here, and when this drawer opens, it hits the handle on that cabinet. So we're going to push this down an extra inch. We have the room, and that'll allow us to open this drawer without hitting that cabinet handle, and that extra inch is going to be accommodated on the top by that little extra middle piece. We're lucky that there were plenty of extra cabinets so that we can be creative.
Here it goes. All right.
Freehand Rich. Here we go. Cutting cabinets. Some kind of a plywood that's nice and strong and straight and flat and hard.
And sand it on one side. Yep, let me see that tape measure. I gotta go out of the garage and see what I can find. This is an old scrap of Tweak T111. And we cut it to fit on the inside of this cabinet.
Right, and I stained it with the oak.
And it was really hard because it was a scrap and we were trying to square it up, and you know, using regular like circular saw was tricky.
Right.
So we glued it. We got it to fit, and I used a whole bunch of finishing nails and a couple of finish screws in some strategic places to make sure that it doesn't come apart. But I have glue along all the edges.
Good. So, what about the bottom?
What about it?
I wanted you to do that piece, remember? So that it looks like it. Wait, that's the top, honey.
Oh, that's the top.
Hang on, flip it back. This is the bottom.
Yeah, we got to put a
bottom edge. I need a piece here.
We have to find a nice piece of something like this, right?
Yeah.
To make it out of. So
yep.
We could always just add that piece in.
All right, so we're getting ready to cut this cabinet in half.
And that door's going to open opposite the other two?
It'll open, yeah, the way it's supposed to open next to a stove. Yeah, so one to the left, one to the right. So Richie's going to cut that, and we're going to create two cabinets from one cabinet.
All I have to do is cut it without making any marks and ruining the face. And then we have to make new pieces that match perfectly, so everything looks nice.
No pressure, honey. You know what? We do pretty amazing things. We'll make it work. I know we will.
That was nerve-wracking for sure.
All right, so they were cut. We sanded the edges and stained it a little bit. And Richie is putting in a piece for the bottom because it's missing like a bottom piece. So we made one. We stained it. It's just a piece of T111. He put some glue in there. And he's nailing it.
I'm just catching the edge. Ooh, that looks pretty good.
That is...
That's not terrible. It needs
fantabulous. It needs some...
felt thing.
Yeah. So the upper cabinets are all done except for the one that's going to go there. Today we're going to work on the stove hood. We bought the cheapest stove hood we could possibly buy, and we are going to build something to go around it out of the cabinets that we're not using. Here comes Rich with the cabinet that we're going to
bastardize.
Oh, I don't like that word.
Cannibalize.
That might be worse.
We're gonna convert it.
Repurpose. Let's use the word repurpose. All right, so we got this unit, like a pantry cabinet. It came with the cabinets when we bought them, and it has depth. So we're going to use that, well, this side, for the depth and the nice edge, to make a frame for the stove hood. These two doors will be doors that are going to go into the wall down there for storage in the wall. Sort of like this.
Take forever to get that lined up straight.
All right, Richie got one piece cut. So next is another 38.5 inches. That's smart. I hope it works.
This piece is going to become a cabinet again, somehow.
We didn't take the door off.
No, that's what makes it heavy. Ooh, that lines up good there. Oh, looks pretty nice.
It looks fantastic.
All right, let's make that hood.
So that's the stove hood frame. We're going to use the sides of this cabinet. We're going to cut that. We're gonna use the side of that cabinet. That's gotta be cut. We've got all these little pieces salvaged from that giant cabinet. We have a door we're gonna break up into pieces. We've got this piece here, and we've got these two doors there.
Those doors are going to be custom sized, also going to be cut.
Everything gets cut, honey.
Kathie's got me cutting a lot of nice looking pieces of furniture here.
So that cabinet is the other half of the cabinet that we cut to put on the wall.
Right.
That was a pass-through corner cabinet. All right, two nice pieces.
All right. You know, I'm not really a cabinet maker.
You are now.
So we're cutting these doors shorter because we want to get rid of the holes for the handle.
It's gonna look good. The cut came out fine. I'll stain it up. You won't see it. You'll never know. We just ordered some hidden hinges online, so it won't even look like they're cabinet doors. It's gonna be perfect. Perfect. Moment of truth, baby. Whoa, I'm in.
Kathie was unable to find anything at the local stores, so this is a brushed nickel little bracket designed for glass shelving. We are definitely going to use it for the wood. She liked it because it matches all the rest of the hardware on the cabinets. I'm taking this little piece now. Let's see what it looks like. Innovation with Richie.
That's great.
That'll be what it looks like, just for show. It's strong.
So we're gonna make one more cabinet that fits in this area right there so that the cabinets line up nice underneath and we can make a counter. So we're gonna take this cabinet and use it. We're gonna cut this edge off and put that on that edge over there, and we're gonna create a cabinet in the middle. To do that, we're gonna take these two cabinet doors that came from a short 30-inch cabinet, and we're gonna cut pieces out of those and create two new doors that are only 8.5 inches wide. And we'll have a double door cabinet there. We're gonna create the base of that cabinet from what's left of the tall pantry cabinet, what we cut off that other cabinet, and those two doors and some extra, these are all the cabinets that are left. So we'll just take some extra pieces. This is the cabinet we took the doors off of. We have nothing that fit that size cabinet. It's the last cabinet we have to make, and the kitchen cabinets will be done. $750 for these beautiful Quaker-made solid cherry cabinets from 1979. We could never have bought cabinets like this today.
We gotta cut that piece off the side. All right, so that's all. All right, here goes nothing.
It's gonna be fine. Beautiful. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Customized base cabinet number 1. Done. Now we gotta cut that one. This is a weird shaped cabinet because we're leaving it together, so it's gonna be a rough one to cut.
This is the only thing holding it together, this little piece right here.
That little tiny spot. So one tiny little mistake that we didn't account for. We really should have let this be 3/4 of an inch wider. So Rich just made a bottom and a back to hide the extra space that we had so we could keep the cabinet the same size. This is the leftover cabinet from the two 12-inch doors that we made the stove hood from. We're gonna cut the top off and turn it into a shelf. Doors are next. All right, kitchen cabinets are done. We have a few little things left to do, like just cutting a couple of shelves to go in the cabinets. And when we do the floor, we'll add a piece of trim molding to go around the whole base. But they are done. We're working on picking out colors to paint the walls. And we're in the process of working on butcher block for this counter. And getting the sink in. Solid cherry cabinet circa 1979. Customized to fit our kitchen. There may be a few imperfections here and there, but in our opinion, they're perfect. We're really happy and excited to finish the kitchen soon. I'm Kathy, and Rich and I are creating a simpler life in the Adirondacks. But as you can see, simple doesn't mean easy. But it's worth it. See you in the next video.